Hey, welcome back, everybody. Charles Thomas here with Good News Central Virginia, and we're here with Chief Monty Williford of the Spotsylvania Fire Department, and also, of course, owner Mark Miles. Chief, you weren't here on the site when everything was going on, but so tell us a little bit about why you're here today and why you're here supporting
Well,
uh,
basically,
Mark.
I'm just here today to help celebrate with Mark Miles, the owner of Amco Transmissions. He had the unfortunate um, incidents of having a fire back in July, and we are so glad that he's back up, that his business is back open today, that customers are coming in, that he's got friends and family here celebrating with him, and I'm just here to wish him good luck in the future.
Awesome. Well, we do have the folks that were here that night, first responders. We have Lieutenant Kevin Southworth, firefighter Christopher Graves, Fire Marshal Lieutenant Tom Cornell, and also firefighter Keith Kramer. Lieutenant Southworth, tell us a little bit about what you guys saw when you came in here and what happened that evening.
Okay. The incident occurred on July 4th. It was approximately 4:30 a.m. We had just reported to the fire station and we're beginning our preparation for our start of our shift when the alarm was received. Came in as a commercial structure fire with smoke showing from the building. We immediately responded, and upon arrival, we noticed that there was heavy smoke emanating from the rear of the structure. I conducted a walk around the structure to determine the location and progress of the fire. Our crew made entry through the front door. Upon entering to the front door, we met with zero visibility, moderate smoke conditions, and moderate heat conditions. We conducted a search of the office area to verify there was no victims inside the structure at this time, and we continued our search for the fire. We did have a hand line pulled for our extinguishment and suppression operations. We searched the offices, and upon that, we made our way to the rear of the structure where we knew where the bulk or the seat of the fire was going to be located at. At the time, we reached the rear of the structure, and heat conditions deteriorated, and smoke conditions also deteriorated. And I was then informed by radio from my incident commander that they had made entry to the rear of the structure through the back door here, and for us to basically withdraw from the front and redeploy to the rear of the structure so we could continue our suppression operations. We withdrew from the structure, redeployed and to the rear of the structure, and advanced our hand line in through the rear door, where we discovered a vehicle that was here for maintenance had caught on fire and was basically had the engine compartment fully involved. The line was advanced. The fire was quickly extinguished. We checked for extension. The structure was opened up. The bay doors and necessary doors and windows were opened up to allow the products of combustion, the smoke, the heat, the gases, to basically ventilate or clear the structure up.
So was this I hate to say use the word typical, but was it kind of a typical kind of thing that, or commercial fire that you guys come into, or was there anything special about this one?
No, sir. Normally, like I said, commercial fires are we don't run them on a daily basis. So each commercial fire, it poses its different challenges and different hazards. Some of the hazards that we faced on this one was the heavy compartmentalization of the structure during our searching, the high heat and smoke conditions, and plus two, we had several vehicles that was a potential safety hazard that wanted to lift that could have failed and could have fell on our crews or whatnot like that. So we did have some potential safety hazards that had to be addressed, and you have to be cognizant of.
Sure. I understand you guys used a special camera to come in and I guess investigate what was going on here. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Yes, sir. It's called a thermal imaging camera, or we call it TIC for short. And basically, it is a camera that basically shows us heat signatures or infrared, and we can use this camera to identify heat sources.
Okay.
If there is any potential victims we can use that to locate them. It's a very good adjunct to locate the seat of a fire, or to determine if there's any extension of the fire from outward from the source. And here's the camera.
Wow, that's a neat looking piece of equipment
It
there.
is. And if you notice, as you scan around, the items that show up whiter, those are heat signatures. So we can look at this camera and determine heat signatures. You can see also in the top right-hand corner, it gives us a digital display so we can see what the temperatures are.
So that's a very important piece of equipment to have when you're investigating a fire. Well, guys, I want to thank you so much, and I know Mark is extremely grateful to
We're glad to have you back in business.
have you guys down here today just to say thank you, to be here. Understand that as soon as it was notified, you guys got here very quickly. We're very excited to have you guys here to celebrate with Mark and be a part of the celebration. And we'll be right back right after this.
A single ember from a wildfire can travel over a mile. You can't control where it will land, only what happens before it does. Visit fireadapted.org to learn how to protect your community from wildfires.